Hello out there in the crypto world. Today we're going to do something really special. Today we're going to talk about everything that you can get involved with in 2022. And there's even more out there, but we're going to cover a bunch of areas in brief just to show you what you can do this year to get involved in the crypto world, become self-sufficient, and earn some passive income. Now, there's a lot more than we're going to mention, but these are projects we're going to focus on that we're going to deliver in this next few months. So we're going to expound upon these as well. We're going to give you a head start so you can get going on this too. Stay with us. We're the only channel that's going to bring you everything all in one. Before we begin, I need to make a disclaimer. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we are not professional financial advisors. Or are we paid by any company to promote certain products? We here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we invest our own money. We take our own risks. We learn, we make mistakes, and we share what we learn, our successes and our mistakes with you. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up, and write to us what more you'd like to learn. Let's go in now and see what else we can share with you. All right, so what we want to do is share with you where we're excited. You know, there's a lot of doom and gloom out there. You know, with inflation jumping, prices going up, people are concerned. Labor shortage, though there's jobs, but nobody wants to work. You know, there's concerns out there about what the economy is going to be down the road. Here at DeFi IoT Latin America, we want to share with you some hope, some areas that you can get involved with, areas that we're going to jump into, we're going to investigate throughout this year. We've been investigating a lot of these projects. Some are new coming out now, and we're still investigating them. But we're going to get involved with these, and we want to share with you. I've never seen another video where you can have one place and see everything you can get involved with during the year in a type of passive income that has to do with crypto mining, or where you get paid to set up devices in the crypto world. Plug and play, as well as GPU mining. This is going to be more for people at home. We will not include ASIC mining here, but we can get into other ways that you can create income and not have to worry about a boss, not have to worry about what the economy is going to bring. So let's jump into it. Let's go and show you. I'm going to go through really quickly. There's a lot of areas here. There's more than we're covering right now, but this is where we're going to cover through this next months. So if you like this, you want to know more, we're going to leave you links as well to all these areas. So it's a one-stop shop. You can come here and say, hey, I got links to this one, this one, this one, this one here at DeFi IoT Latin America. So do us a favor. Pass this along to your friends too, because our idea is to try to help you as we're helping ourselves so that you don't make the mistakes we're going to make. Now, some of these we may get into and think, you know what, they're not that good. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to go through them all. We're going to explain them all as we're going into it over these next weeks and these next months. Going into 2022. Do we feel good about this year? We're excited. We're excited about this year all the way to 2030 and beyond. We feel good. And I'll tell you something right now. I ran some major companies. I was a CEO, and I actually did not enjoy going to work every Monday morning. It was kind of like, Monday mornings. I did it. I had some good times, but I enjoy the team I have here working with me. I couldn't do this alone. I get up on the Monday mornings. I'm excited to come to work and work with this team. So I want to thank them. I want to thank you as our listeners. And this is what we want to do for you is share with you where we're going. Where we're going in DeFi IoT Latin America. We had a good year last year. We expect even a better year this year. Let's jump into this right now. Go to the screen. So the first, not forgotten, is the Match X Pro miner. This miner can mine, well, theoretically it mines the MXC token, right? It's an MXC project, MXC Foundation, but this miner can actually mine 3 other tokens. It's not really mining, but it's a way you can get paid for generating a data type of a highway. And this is very similar to Helium. Actually, it's kind of a little bit different, kind of a little bit of a competition with Helium, but not quite in competition. It's kind of the same idea, the same concept. It does pay out if you stake some of the MXC token, you can get into DHX mining, Bitcoin mining, where you only make about $40 a month, put about $350 in staking. And then Polkadot's going to come out this year, where there is a way that they have a node, and you're going to be able to participate and earn Polkadot as well off this Max X miner. Now we have 3 of those. We're going to do a video on that. That's probably one of the first videos we're going to do. It's going to come out probably the day after this video. And so probably tomorrow to come out. So look for that. Hit the bell. You know, so these videos, when they come out, you can get these and you can learn from us and with us, and you can decide whether this project's for you or not. Now, this miner is a little expensive. It's about $3,000, but we're generating, just with the MXC alone, we're generating about $350 a month. $330 to $350, depends on the month. We've had them up 3.5 months. We got over 70,000 MXC tokens, and the price has gone up now from about, was it 4 cents? Now we're pushing almost 7 cents, which is going to be probably the highest since we got involved in the last 3.5 months. Now you can get these right now. They're available. They don't take a couple weeks to get to you. So let's go on. One we know next would be the most common, Helium. People are into Helium. We think Helium's got a lot of room to grow still. Some areas are saturated, but if you know what you're doing, do your homework. We'll see how with these the new regulations, the new implementations of the software are going to take place. Looks like the voting today is going to approve those. We'll see how that's going to affect some of the areas and how you can actually create a little bit of an advantage. I think you'll always be able to have an advantage if you do your research in Helium. Helium is not quite as a plug and play as they say it is. It takes a little more technologies knowledge, I guess you could say. You got to get into and understand a little bit about this to understand how to work the dashboard. But if you're willing to put a little time into it, you know, put your antenna in the right places and so forth, Helium can produce you also about an average of $300 a month. Some a little more, some a little less, depends on the time you want to put into that as a passive income. Now, what's it cost to get a Helium hotspot? You're looking at anywhere from about $500, give or take, to about $750. Some are a little more. And it depends which ones you're going to get, right? But they're really hard to get right now. You got to research for those. You can get those, though, if you can look and you search and you do your homework and you're ready for the drops and you're on top of it, but you're going to put up a lot of bots, too. But if you do your homework, you can get them. We've been getting them. We've been picking them up. Well, we pick up a couple every week that we're getting, and that's how we just keep growing here. So we're really, we also have a lot of these hotspots, a lot of them. We have a lot more coming. We're going to install as well here in Latin America. Now, when you go on with Helium, you're going to jump into FreedomFi. FreedomFi is a 5G Helium hotspot miner that you can actually, right now, you're able to get through FreedomFi, CalChip Connect, who I'm not a big, real fan of, but CalChip Connect actually sell this for FreedomFi now. You can get this. You have to get on a waiting list. You issued 20,000 last year, 20,000 this year. Towards the end of the year, they'll probably do another waiting list. So you might want to get in here and sign up for the waiting list. So when it comes out, you can go in and you pay $100, get on a waiting list, and it comes out in a few months. You buy 1/2 of it, which is a hotspot you can mine HNT with. Then about 6 to 12 weeks afterwards, you'll buy the actual device that helps you run the 5G network. So altogether, that network for an indoor enclosure is about $2,500, a little more expensive. What that's going to produce for you monthly, don't know yet. That's still new. It's just coming out, being installed in the United States. But you got 5G coming out in the US and Europe, so you've got this opportunity to get involved with 5G as well on FreedomFi with the Helium markets. Remember, Helium is 4G. But the 5G is coming out through the actual FreedomFi project, okay? Another, PlanetWatch. PlanetWatch has a variety of different areas you can get involved with. You can start in at $350. $350, you're going to buy a license. I recommend buying a 2-year license, not just a 1-year license, being because I think most likely PlanetWatch is going to raise their prices to renew that license. So everything we're doing is 2-year. I haven't gotten 3-year because I want to see PlanetWatch develop more. They're fairly new. They really only went mainline, mainnet, if you will, in about April of last year, of 2021. But they've got a lot of devices, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. In those devices, they got one type 1. They're going to come out with 2 type 2s, and one of them actually will be able to mine through Helium. It won't mine Helium, but it mine through Helium. They announced that just last night, in fact. You also have the ability to have a type 3 sensor, which kind of is a double of a type 4, and then the Cartera, and then you can come out and you've got different types of type 4 sensors, which are your least expensive, your type 4s. The type 3 is about $700 now. A type 1 is going to run you about $2,500. Type 2 is going to be around the €500 range, so maybe about $600 range, right? So your type 4s, there's 2 of them right now. Then they're going to come out with another type 4 later this year. Those are going to run you for about $350 to $400 around that area now. Licensing will vary for each one. 2-year licenses run for type 4 about $60. Type 2, type 1s, I think $90, I should say. And the type 3 is a little more expensive too. But you can produce differently on those. That needs some more research. We'll be discussing that. There's a lot of different videos out there too, but we're going to discuss these with you and show you which are better. Some right now are not paying very well, like the Aware. There's some problems there. So some are some glitches when they first come out. So we're going to walk you through and kind of explain that as well at PlanetWatch. Now let's keep going. GPU mining. What's the future in GPU mining? Well, we know that Ethereum is the big daddy in GPU mining, but we've seen that there's been abilities to mine on Flux, even solo mining on Flux, and maybe you're not making money every day, but once you hit a block, there's some good compensation there. So we'll see where all the data hash is going to go in GPU mining. You know, in fact, we're going to do a video in a couple days that we're going to actually talk about one of the new GPUs, a 3080 that came out. It's a 12 gigabyte 3080. That's a new GPU came out. There's other GPUs coming out now. They're really difficult to get though, and they're very, very expensive. So GPU mining is more expensive, less profitable. Now, there are things you can do with that GPU if you're a gamer. Now, you got the metaverse coming out. Metaverse is going to need graphics. So if you're a gamer, you're going to be able to play on the metaverse where you're going to earn cryptocurrencies. We'll talk a little bit, show that a little bit later on too in the same video. But there's a way that, you know, if you can get a GPU, we feel there's actually a more of a life now beyond Ethereum, not just in GPU mining. You can leave your GPU miner mining, and we know that because we have a young man here that specializes in crypto video games that as you play, they pay you. And he actually is mining at the same time on NiceHash. And so he's mining at the same time, mining Ethereum, and he's also playing video game and being paid the video game, making anywhere from $14 to $25 a day on the video game, plus whatever we're mining with the actual GPU we have in the computer, as well as the mining rigs that we have set up. So though your hash is down a lot right now, Ethereum we think it's going to be about June to maybe it's going to go on to the end of the year. I'm not sure because they're already coming out and do some testing for their 2.0. You know, I don't know what's going to happen after Ethereum. Where's everybody going to go? Ravencoin split they're having this last week. So who knows where all the hash is going to go to. We still see, though, if even the hash does go someplace else and you have low-cost electricity, we see that you can actually mine, put higher memory in your computer so that your SSD is actually a higher memory, and you can, put in 4 terabytes or around that area. And you can put that into your computer, and you can also be working on something else we're going to discuss right now. Let's go on a little bit here. So GPUs still have some life to it. The problem is they're very expensive, but if you do it in a way we're going to explain this year, you can make triple and quadruple incomes on that computer all at the same time. So we can show you with that GPU how you can actually make a GPU profitable. Even though a 3080 right now in Latin America, for example, I won a price one for cash just the other day, won $2,600, $2,600 for it. In the States, you can get them a little bit cheaper than that, but they're very difficult to get GPUs. Unless you get lucky and you get one on Best Buy, or as they come out, you know, you can get one on a drop at wherever you're buying your video game equipment at. Let's go into this now, SC Prime. SC Prime basically is a decentralized cloud storage database. And that's going to be something else that we've talked about already. We're going to get into it. We're building the systems up now. We're actually going to buy this as a miner itself. We're going to buy the miner. The cheapest one's only $1,500. Looks steep for 16 terabytes. When you can build one of those, you know, for the same amount of money, you can build up, well, we put in, we're going to go $2,000, or we're going to be at 72 terabytes. But we got to sink into the system, which is a little difficult. We're having some difficulty with it. Don't recommend, though, that you use a Raspberry Pi. They're actually pushing away, even though in the beginning they said yes. They want a higher quality of a decentralized cloud storage. Now, with that in mind, you can do the same thing with your CPU, with your computer. So if you've got a GPU, you're mining, you can actually be doing this, playing video games, earning cryptocurrency, and then at night or during the day, you got to be up 96%. Just around that point, you can be actually renting out your storage that you're not using. So you have 4 terabytes. You keep a terabyte to play with. You rent out 3 terabytes. You can make about $2 to $3 a day on a terabyte, depending on the pricing of what the cloud data is being stored for. So SC Prime is bringing that to us. Something new. Again, the metaverse is going to require a lot of data storage. Where's it going to go? It can't be trusted in the cloud as it is now. That's all centralized. So a decentralized data storage, especially when you're going to be playing crypto, you're going to want that private. You want it protected. So you're going to want your wallets protected on that cloud. So we see a future for decentralized data storage. Jumping into now the same concept, same idea where you can do data storage at only 1 terabyte, something brand new that just came out just this month. In fact, I think it's the last day today that you can get involved into REVOFI buying their tokens at 5 cents a token. And you can actually, the token's not even out on exchange yet. So you're getting in early right now, and for getting in early, you get benefits. Buying a miner, you got foundational, you got these foundation miners you can get into. You're talking about $600 to $700, depending on the terabytes you want, but it also going to provide cloud on the edge. In other words, outside of the centralized areas, pushing out to areas where there's not a lot of coverage. It is a cloud provider as well as a cloud storage provider amongst a few other things that it brings in and it pays to do. So it's actually a device. We have bought 3 of those as well, and they're coming in. Now, let's go into something else that the 3 node, actually, let's jump here. It's a little small for me to read here. The threefold, this is actually a peer-to-peer revolution on it's a blockchain. How can I explain this? It's like a peer-to-peer internet. So you're going to be creating different internet. Now, we bought one of these months ago. Haven't got it yet. They keep saying they're going to send it. And as I went in here, let's look at this as also a device. As I went in here, yeah, it's a peer-to-peer internet that's going to be created. It's about $1,000 US, right? Let's see here. Basically, though, you're talking about, you're getting about 1,482% return over about a 5-year spectrum of growth is what they're projecting. So it's a little more steeper for as an investment, $1,000. We have one of those coming. We're actually going to pick another one up too and bring these down here and put this kind of on the edge areas where there's not a good coverage of internet, like in hilly areas, etc. So we're going to delve into this even more. We know enough about it to get involved with it, but we haven't done, we want to do a lot more research and put it to work so we can explain to you exactly how this baby works. So let's go on now. We're kind of running out of time. Like we talked about, you've got you can play video games now, and there'll be 500 new games coming out on the metaverse in 2022 is what they're projecting that will pay you cryptocurrency to play the game. That's crazy. BlockFi or BlockCreate, we talked about that, right? With your block right now, you can still get a block. It's about $250. It should be about $270. It's earning. We don't know what that is. We did a video on it yesterday. You can go in and check out the video from yesterday. This game is going to be a game that's going to move along. We can kind of play it. It's a blockchain game. It's for fun. There's really no solid solution to this that brings. It's just a game. And there's a lot of people getting involved with it. So it's not a huge risk going into it or purchasing. I'm not going to call it an investment because I don't know what the long term is going to be on this. I think it'll have its fad for a while, then it'll fade out. But if you're going to get from it what it states you're going to get from it, you know, it takes a few months to get them right now. If you buy one, they're going to get to March or April. But they're going to start paying you as you move along, as you're waiting for it, right? So your block is going to be playing in the meantime. So when you get your block and you register your wallet, you already have some money in it. So I'm just going to give a basic summary here to go out. You got AKASH. AKASH, something we want to jump into too. It interests us. CIRUS. You know, you got the CIRUS Foundation. We're interested in CIRUS Foundation as well. YCrypt is something else too that is going to provide basically internet is something new. It's kind of like the SC Prime. So not the SC Prime, I'm mistaken. No, it's more like the REVOFI. It's more like the REVOFI. So the YCrypt is one that we're looking into as well. They're a little more steeper. They're around $1,000. And they are also our Wi-Fi network. So they're going to provide like a Wi-Fi internet as well on the edge. That's their focus of being on the edge. You have also the PKT cube. I got that in Spanish here, excuse me. The PKT cube, we'll get into more about that. You're going to run into the Demo, which the Demo is actually a new Helium miner for your vehicle. It looks kind of like this right here, as you can see it. It's something you put in, you plug in your vehicle, you got to register. You can go in and add your vehicle in now. In fact, I haven't done that yet. I'm going to do that when I get done today to go in and register our vehicle. Now, you know, you might be concerned about privacy and location and so forth. That's a concern. We haven't looked into this a lot yet. We just see it's something new coming out, brand new, actually, to get on the list now to get that. Jumping over now to NODLE. Not so new, but fairly new. And I actually see NODLEs on the POLKADOT PARACHAIN, trying to join in with POLKADOT right now and actually be parachained into the POLKADOT blockchain. This is very similar to Helium as well, but it's done on cell phones. So it actually is done through Bluetooth on cell phones. Doesn't pay a whole lot of money, but you don't cost anything to go into it. You also have Crypto tab that's not in here that you can actually, it's a little bit older. You can get in a Crypto tab as well, and you can actually mine on cell phones with Crypto tab. That's another area for passive income. Coming into now, PRESEARCH. PRESEARCH is something a little bit different where you're going to be doing a little bit of sharing, where you're going to, I don't want to jump into the whole thing, but PRESEARCH is going to be, it's a project where you're going to here search privately, receive better results, and get rewarded with PRESEARCH decentralized search engine. So you're actually basically going to jump into a decentralized search engine, and you get paid crypto to do this. If they're staking on that, I'm not sure yet. We'll get more into it. It's been on my radar for a few months now, and we've just been so swamped really with the other aspects of even taking Helium to another level and what you can do with data only and so forth with Helium. So we've been really focused on Helium, PLANETWATCH, as well as going into the MXC, right? Those have been 3 areas, and the SC Prime we've been developing. So those 4 areas have been our focus. But we've been studying these other areas and say, okay, this is where we're going to go this year with it. The other thing you can jump into is you can run into like a Midas investments type of .com, or even a KuCoin type of investments area where you could develop an account with KuCoin where you can stake, and you can stake cryptocurrency. So basically you can go in and you get these yields, these annual percentage yields, where you can go anywhere from 23% with Ethereum, and you can even go into Tether, 19%. You can go into to Aave, Syntax. I mean, there's a lot of areas you can go into on some of these platforms. I don't understand how, we don't have an account with Midas yet. We're investigating Midas. KuCoin we have an account with, but you can actually go and do some passive staking and make some, in staking though, you're going to leave your coin there for at least 9 months usually, and then you can pull it out and you get these returns on your investment. So there's some areas you can actually make your money while you're mining, stake it like you do with MXC. And MXC has an area too that you can stake in as well and get a percentage on while you're also mining. Last but not least for today, you can go into the Polkadot Parachain. Now they're running out. Polkadot Parachain right now has, what do we got in there? 156 different projects trying to be qualified for the Polkadot Parachain. And this is a way you can go in and buy Polkadot. And when you buy Polkadot, you stake that Polkadot in one of these parachains. And you can go in, we've done a video on this as well. You can research that. We'll put the links down below. But you can go into Polkadot as a way of staking your money in Polkadot, but you're also staking a new project. So when you stake your Polkadot, you get certain amount of currencies in the new project as well as you maintain your Polkadot. So just by staking it there, by allowing them to jump in and be part of the Polkadot blockchain, a parachain is called, you actually could earn crypto. And if that project takes off and grows, then you grow with that project. All else, you get your Polkadot back. So these are different ways, passive income that we feel are the most secure. We're going to get in this year also to actually bot day trading and some of the things you can do with bots. That'll come a little bit later on, halfway through the year. But that's our focus this year. So in DeFi, IoT, Latin America. Look, if you like this, we're going to focus and we're going to go on each one of these projects. We'll put links down below so you can go and start researching yourself as well. Pass it along to your friends. Let's get the crypto world going. Let's let everybody know, our legislators out there, that we support crypto, the free market, DeFi economy. DeFi, IoT, Latin America. Stay with us this year. Hit the bell, subscribe, and pass it along. We're the only channel that's going to bring you all this. See you tomorrow.